Obedience in operation. What does obedience in operation look like to you? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? When was the last time you operated in obedience and what were the results? I know. That was a lot of questions that you will have to go back and listen to over again to process through. But believe you me, when you do it, it will open up your eyes and encourage you to operate in obedience more often. Let me deep dive into the first question. What does obedience in operation look like to you? Well, what it looks like to me is a recent situation in which I received a prompting to complete some assignments. Hmm, what assignments you say? Well, I have been on this journey of creating chunky knit blankets, queen, throws, and infant sizes. Some are sewed and lots are gifted. Yes, lots are gifted because that is my heart. I delivered 5 blankets within a week's period. The prompting was so pressing in my spirit to get them to the people that they were intended to go to that I could not ignore what I was feeling. The sheer joy and peace I felt after delivering those blankets reminded me of my obedience walk. And by completing those assignments, it freed my mind to receive new downloads and new assignments to complete. My act of obedience has inspired others to do and complete things that they wanted to do. That's powerful. Until now, I really wasn't looking at how my acts of obedience was inspiring others. Although I had people telling me in various ways, my light bulb filament was slowly receiving the power to receive those words to make the light shine brightly in my thoughts. Hmm. Sometimes I am slow to see my impact because I'm not doing what I do for praise. I do what I do because I am purposed to do so. And my desire to do right by others sometimes blind me to the light people want to shine on me. I let my heart be purposed to bring goodness and kindness to others, to help remove barriers where I can. I know I cannot remove them for everyone, but I can show what obedience looks like in front of them, and then they can build up their faith and start operating in their own obedience path. Obedience is not an act of doing whatever someone else tells you to do. At least that is not for me. When I talk about obedience, I am speaking from a spiritual perspective, one that guides your path in truth, love, and respect for yourself and others. It is the promptings in your spirit guiding you to do things that you are called to do within your purpose. And sometimes things you are called to do by faith so you can be an example of what it means to walk by faith and not by sight to yield the desired results. Another example of obedience in action for me has been the removal of myself from rooms that I thought I wanted to be in, rooms that I thought were going to provide elevation until I realized that the elevation associated with those rooms were connected to other things and not my purpose. They were connected to a downfall, one in which was going to require a considerably long time to repair if I kept moving forward. The removal of myself from those rooms protected my peace, restored my confidence, provided much needed revelation, and guided me back to the rooms I had previously established. To repair their foundation and begin demo with fresh plans of reconstructions. Hey, operating in that act of obedience settled my soul and restored a level of peace and continuity that I didn't even know I had lost. Mm. My journey included too many setbacks not to operate in obedience in my present. Okay, let me say that again for the people in the way back. My journey included too many setbacks not to operate in obedience in my present. Mm. Things that could have been avoided, growth that I could have experienced, Once you receive enough spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial setbacks from not listening and acting when you should have, you turn from your stubborn, hard-headed ways and move with the quickness in the new downloads of obedience. Because the peace on the other side of obedience is like no other feeling in this world. My note to you: you have to determine and establish what obedience looks, sounds, feels, and operates like for you. For when you establish those in your life, your response time and execution will increase. Spend some quality time with you, and what you need will show up and provide the clarity you are seeking. Happy obedience journey to you. It already looks amazing.